Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome for today's continuous discussion on Bhaktiyaloka. All right, so before we start, let's do our invocation prayer. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamanam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagarajadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidam Cha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasa Chidiftarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Sri Varshabhana Videvi Daitaye Krupabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vignana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryojvala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida Sri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Sri Murtaye Dinatanine Rupanuga Viruda Pasitanta Dvataharine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambode Padam Bhujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Brahite Gauravir Bhavabu Mestum Nidasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarubhoma Sri Jagannatayate Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyavacha Patitanam Pavinibhyo Vaishnavibhayo Namo Namaha Om Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Garatisi Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanurte Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Hari Om Tat Sat Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Chapatari Shri Vidya Padaka Swami Nami Ramacharya Padaya Vikarta Padaya Gaura Padaya Padaya Nagara Padaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Hare Krishna, dear all, welcome. So today is a very auspicious day, Sivaratri, right? And the date is 27 February 2025. Looks like this year that almost every day we are engaging in devotional service by studying the book of, what they call, by studying the Sastra. First we started off with Nectar of Instruction, and now we are continuing with Nectar of, Bhaktiyaloka. That means the thesis studies on Nectar of Instruction. So this is expected to finish maybe most likely in another 10 days time. And for instance, today, Bhaktiyaloka, we are at this. Okay, so today is day 14. All right, day 14. So far we have done 13 days of total of 26 hours. 26 hours of detailed studies on this Bhaktiyaloka. So today is going to be 28th hour. So it's going to take maybe most likely another 10 more days. Depends on how Krishna wants to reveal himself. Then other than that, after we complete this book, so yesterday I was just contemplating. I think I've decided to go into this Harinam Chintamani, right? The touchstone of the holy name of Krishna. Touchstone of the holy name of Krishna. And after that, then we go into Nectar of Devotion. After Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Then we go into Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Bindu. All right, it's a commentary by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Okay, so I believe that all of you are feeling very blissful. because we are engaging every day in the morning for 5 days or sometimes 6 days to discuss on this subject matter. And also, I'm overwhelmed with Rusun Chang Mataji's transformation, which is very good because it shows that anyone can come to the level of the topmost bhakti from any kind of background. Any kind of background. It's not necessary that you should be very senior to study this, or it's not necessary that, it's not to say that it doesn't suit a very much junior to come into this. I think Rusun Chang Mataji is less than 6 months old devotee. And in fact, the transformation is happening. And also, I heard that from K7 also has a good transformation. And other devotees have yet to update me. Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu is always in Kripa. He got so much of Kripa from all these devotees, and also Vivan. So please keep me updated. Please inform me how the thing is transforming in your life. So therefore, I can understand. So how are we improving? All right. So with that, let's go into the subject matter. So we are speaking on Amaneya, Amnaneya, Amnaya. Amnaya means the commentary. And today we're going to go into the fifth Amnaya. Okay, let me get the thing first. Oh, Bhaktiyaloka. Okay, so now we are looking at this. We are discussing about the 9 realities. So far, we have discussed the 4 realities. All right. So let's do a quick recap on all the realities that we have just passed through. Okay. So what's moving? Okay. The first reality is the first reality. The first reality is what? That Supreme Brahman is Sri Hari, is the only worshipable Lord. All right. And his impersonal conception is called Brahman. All right. The Brahma Jyoti is called Brahman, which is nothing but his bodily effulgence. Okay. At the same time, and also we also studied about, and Lord Hari is none other than Krishna. The super soul is none other than Vishnu. All right, we understand the super soul of Paramatma is none other than Vishnu. So that was the first reality. Then we went to the second reality. Let's look at the second reality. That's the second. Okay, the second reality is right. So the Supreme Lord is naturally full of inconceivable potency. So that means he has so much of potency that is can't be conceived by our material situation. Then the potency. Then what is the third reality? The third reality is, all right. So Supreme Lord Krishna is full of spiritual rasa or mellows. So there's a lot of spiritual rasa and mellow. So we had a very detailed discussion about this yesterday. And let's look at the fourth reality. All right. So the fourth reality says that living entities are minute particle of the spiritual son Krishna. Okay. We are the minute particle. So that's the fourth reality. Okay. So today we are going into the fifth reality. Okay. The teachings of Amnaya regarding the fifth reality. Okay. What is the fifth reality? Is this. So the living entities who are searching for their own happiness accept Maya, who is situated nearby and thus enjoy happiness and distress under the grip of material time or Kala. Okay, how to understand this? Very nicely put by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So he says that the fifth reality is all the living entities. All right, all the living entities here. That means we are all living entities. Okay, the living entities. Okay, who are searching. Okay, we are all searching for our own happiness. Okay, because there's two types of happiness, right? We search. One is how to make ourselves happy. Second is how to make Krishna happy. Okay, we discussed that yesterday. But now the living entity who is searching for his own happiness. Okay, I want to be happy. So what is the way to be happy in this material world? We accept Maya. Okay, we accept Maya. Accept means we receive. We accepting the truth. Okay, we accepting Maya as the reality. So we accept Maya. Okay, and who is Maya? Who is just situated nearby. So Maya is not very, very far away. It's just beside you. All right. It's just in front of you in the form of a phone. All right. Cell phone. It is in everywhere, in every reality, just situated nearby. All right. So we accept Maya, who is nearby, and thus enjoy happiness, and at the same time also distress. We also enjoy happiness and also distress. All right. Nothing, we cannot be permanently happy in this material world because the Maya gives you happiness and also distress. Okay, but all this is under the grip, all right, under the grip of material time. And what is that material time called? The material time called as Kala. Right? Kala. Okay, Kala. So Kala is actually, we call the material time. Krishna says, I am Kala, the destroyer of everything. Okay. So that means it's all under the material time. Okay, now. So, okay. But karma is nothing but blind wheel created by Maya. Please underline this statement. Karma. Okay, what is karma? Karma means is nothing but a blind wheel. Okay, the wheel, right? It's a blind wheel created by Maya. Those who have not contacted Maya, okay, now those who have not contacted Maya have no connection with karma. Can you all see this? So that means, so this karma, we are talking about reaction. Okay, first we have karma yoga means activity linking with Krishna, yoga, karma, activity. But here we are talking about karma, which is action and reaction. Okay, where do we get that action and reaction? Through activity again. So everything is dovetailed to activity. Example, I take this phone, that is activity. Then I play with it. Then simply I make some statement, you know. Then under the why sending the statement, I'm having so much of fun. You know, I'm criticizing someone, I'm belittling someone, I'm having fun. Then after that, the authority finds out what I'm doing, and I get arrested under this fake news act. Under the fake news act. So that means happiness while sending. Then when the authority come and arrest me, I'll go into distress. Right? So that is what Maya is always do. There's always happiness and always distress. But all these things is under the blind wheel. We are just going. We are going around again, and again, just within that wheel. But Bhakti Vinod Thakur is saying, but those who have not contacted Maya, have no connection with karma. Okay, when we have no connection, that means when we are engaging in devotional service, all our activity is not karma. All right, okay, it's no connection with karma. That means there's only happiness, and of course but there's no reaction, because spiritual life or devotional service is eternal. Remember, yesterday we discussed, in material world, there's only three things: past, present, and future. But in spiritual life, there's nothing. It's only present. There's no past and there's no future. Only present. So similarly, those who have contacted Maya have no connection with karma. Okay? The living entities who are searching for their own pleasure, so they receive from the wheel of Maya gross and subtle bodies. Okay? So that means those who are searching for their own pleasure, they receive from the wheel of Maya gross and subtle body as a means of to enjoy. Okay, as a mean to enjoy. What does that mean? Example, we are all wants to enjoy and we want to enjoy eternally, right? Say like for instance, you love to okay, what do you really enjoy the most? Okay, I am a foodie. I am a foodie. So that means I travel from one place to another place just to go look for food. Okay, I like to go to this. First of all, I eat everything under the sun. Anything. There's no restriction for me. Sometimes I eat them alive. Sometimes I eat them dead. Sometimes I eat them uncooked. Sometimes I eat them cooked or half cooked. So like that, anything jalan. So because the Maya or the nature realizes that you simply love to eat all varieties of food. So the Maya, the what they call the nature, okay, the what they call the Maya will create a gross body for you. And that gross body that is suitable to eat anything, it's the body of a pig. So we take the form of a pig. All right, we take the form of a pig. So that means you are given an entire lifetime to enjoy what you do. Okay? In this human form of life, maybe I can go on eating like this, everything, maybe for the next maybe 10 years, 20 years. As we get older, of course, there'll be a restriction. No, you cannot eat this, you cannot eat meat because you got cholesterol, you got hypertension, you have to avoid red meat, you have to avoid this, you have to avoid that. So one by one, everything has to cut down. But the desire, the sense of enjoyment, that's a distress, right? You love to eat, but suddenly the doctor asks you not to eat. So the thing, so you have that sense of, so what happened? So Maya, being very merciful, she creates a body that you can enjoy a lifetime. So given a body of a pig, and for a lifetime, we can just go on eating anything. And those people who love to travel from one corner to another corner, go and look for a food. They might be take a bird, maybe as a eagle or as a bird or maybe as a dog, right? But dog also, I don't think so. It travels, it just stays within that parameter. But talking about animal that migrate from one country, it migrates like the bird flies from this country, they migrate to another country, migrate, fly around just to look for food, right? So we take that form. So like that. So that means we are given a gross body and also the subtle body. And what is the subtle body is all about? We have also studied in Bhagavad Gita. When we take a form, all right, our gross body changes, but our subtle body remains same. Because the subtle body has mind, intelligence, and ego. It is subtle. Subtle means it is too tiny and it cannot be seen. It only can be felt. All right. So then when we take a different type of body, we are given different types of organ. We are given a different types of eyes, different types of ears, different types of tongue, different ways of activity. And of course, in Bhagavad Gita, we studied all these, all grouped upon the mind. Okay, can you all recall the verse? I think in the chapter 13 or 14, if I'm not mistaken. Everything is grouped upon the mind. Okay, everything is grouped upon mind. So once I take this body, the mind will create environment so that you can live in that body. So that's how we receive the wheel of Maya, gross and subtle bodies as a mean to enjoy. So this blind wheel is found in unlimited forms. All right, we have found this blind wheel in unlimited form. There's so many forms, all unlimited. But just as it was easy for living entity to enter, because just as it was easy for a living entity to enter, it will be easy to live at the time of liberation. Okay, so what Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying here. So this kind of blind wheel, which has unlimited form, all right, but it was easy for a living entity to enter. All right, it's very easy for them to enter into every kind of form. Now I'm in the form of human being. Maybe next birth I'll born as a mosquito. So it's easy for me to enter into the body of mosquito. It's easy. At the same time, it will be also easy to live at the time of liberation. So at the time of we getting liberated, it's also easy to live. So the living entity who are under the blind wheel of Maya are called Nitya Baddha, right? The living entities that under the blind wheel of Maya is called Nitya Baddha. In this regard, the word Nitya applied to regard of material time. Nitya means eternal. All right, Nitya, Nityam. In Tamil called Nityam, right? So it is regarded as also called as material time. When by the touch of spiritual substance, the spiritual time factor is awakened. Now let's look at that. So that means we are under Nitya, Nitya Baddha, that means bondage, eternal bondage. Okay, Nitya. So when we talk about eternity, eternal, or permanent, what does that mean? Permanent means what? The thing will stick to that place despite of time factor. Okay, despite of time factor. Say like I build a house, and the house is permanent. Okay, the house is permanent. Okay, permanently built, despite of time factor. That means I can live in that house. Then maybe my son can take it up and sell it off, and in the future someone else will come and live in that house. But the thing that I built is forever. All right, it's against the time. Okay, it is permanently built. So now the same thing here. So Nitya is, that's why they call all these permanency, permanently, and we talk about all these are under the time. Okay, when I become a permanent resident of a country means I can stay there forever. What is that forever means? That means the time. Again, we are talking about time. Okay, but this Nitya Baddha, so this Nitya is applied regard of the material time. Okay, but when by the touch of spiritual substance, right? When we touch, or when we start to engage in spiritual, when the things get touched with, when we in touch with spiritual substance, the spiritual time factor is awakened. That means the spiritual time factor is awakened. Okay, then their conditioned nature is seen as temporary. Okay, that means their conditioned nature seen as temporary. What does that mean? So that means even though that I'm living in this Indian body, all right, I've got so much of conditioning. I'm an Indian, I'm a Malaysian, I am this, I am that, I'm a man, I'm a father, blah, 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 all these kind of things. It's all conditioning. So that means when we get connected with spiritual time, this conditioning will become temporary. Why? Because I start to understand I'm not this body. I start to disregard myself as being an Indian or a Malaysian, because this is only addressing to the temporary body. All right. Then I start to realize that that my mind, intelligence, ego is my biggest disturbance, and I try to rectify it. And how do I rectify? I purify my intelligence by studying Bhagavad Gita. All right, Bhagavad Gita is a book that I read every day. I purify my mind through the Bhagavad Gita, the intelligence. Sorry. Then I purify my mind through the vibration of the chanting of the holy name. I'm installing a Nama Prabhu on my tongue. And that Nama Prabhu, through the vibration, it vibrates and get rid of all that dirty things from my mind. It just like it's getting fired up, it's getting fire, and look like from the chimney on my head, all the smoke is going out, all the nonsense things all going out. So that means, what happened? So that means my conditioning of I'm this body, this property is mine, this everything is mine, I and mine, it looks like I get rid of it. I get rid of it, right? So that means it looks like the condition has turned into temporary. If we don't get connected with spiritual substance, our condition becomes permanent. At what mode that we die, or what mode that we love to do in this life, that shall be your gift of your next life. Example, as I said, I love to travel. I love traveling, I love to fly. Like some pilots, I love to fly. I fly. So at the time of that, that means the what they call the condition that is what is the word? The main condition. What is the word? It's not coming out from my head. The main condition, what do you call that? The controlling condition. That means that is my yeah. What is the word, Krishna? Come on. Oh God. So anyway, so the controlling condition, in other words, that means that is my burning desire. The controlling condition, right? yeah, the word is in my head, don't come. Okay, anyway, so the controlling condition. So that is my main thing I want in life, to fly. So next birth, I'll born as a bird and I fly around. But since I came from human birth, falling into animal kingdom, into the bird kingdom, maybe I'll born as an eagle first. And from eagle, I start to slide down. Then eagle, then after that I become vulture, then from vulture I become this thing, then end of the day I become maybe a butterfly. All the things that flies. Then after butterfly, then I go down further into other abominable species of life. All right. So like that. So that means this is all the conditioning that we have. Temporary. Okay, all this conditioning that I have. But now, after with the time factor, after in connected with spiritual time factor, I start to get rid of all these thoughts. I am just thinking, all right, that means we are all trying to think, okay, now how can I improve my bhakti? How can I go to the eternity? How can I go back home, back to Godhead? So all the conditioning that has been conditioned previously, all will start to dissipate. All start to go off slowly but surely. All right. So that means the conditioning of me love to fly, of me love to eat meat, of me love to have illicit sex, of me all this kind of nonsense things, all will destroy. And my entire condition in this conditioned body looks like temporary. Are you all following me on this? Do you understand what I'm saying? Thumbs up if you understand what I said. Everyone there? Okay. Right. Okay. So you all understand. All right. So that's the thing. So then, by the mercy of sadhus, sadhus means devotees, Mahajan, pure devotee, and also Krishna. That means devotee, pure devotees, and what they call, and this Krishna. Okay. And by the strength of many lifetime of pious activities. Can you imagine, my dear Prabhus and mothers? Look at this. That means by the strength of many lifetime of pious activity. Many lifetime of pious activity. Okay. In devotional service. Where? In pious activity, in devotional service. All right. The conditioned soul achieves auspiciousness. That's when all the auspiciousness will start to manifest in that conditioned soul. Number one, by the mercy of a devotee, by the mercy of Acharya, Mahajans, Acharya, Guru Acharyas, and all this, and also by the mercy of Krishna. Then, also by the strength of many lifetime of pious activities in devotional service, the conditioned soul achieves auspicious. So most likely that we are all here, maybe we have done many lifetime of devotional service. That's why we are here. We are trying to go deeper into that and maybe to terminate the possibilities of being born again in this material world. All right. So as stated in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, right? It's Madhya Leela 22.45 and Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, chapter 51 to 53. Pona ke karo sansare, shayon mukha hoy, sadhu sange tabe Krishna rati upajoy, bhava pavargo brahmato yada bhavich, janasya torhi achyuta sat samagama, sat sangamo yarhi tadaiva satgatau, paravarishe tvai joyate ratihi. So what it says here, by good fortune, okay, by good fortune, one becomes eligible to cross the oceans of nations. Okay, again, what is nations means? Nation means ignorance. Nescience. At those days, I thought it's science. That means non-science, non-fiction. But it's nations. The pronunciation is nation. Nation means ignorance. So by good fortune, one becomes eligible to cross the ocean of nations. And when one's term is material existence decreases, that means when one's term of material existence start to reduce, one may get an opportunity to associate with pure devotees. All right. So that means what we can understand from here, by good fortune. So that means the good fortune here, it is not like sometimes we say prosperity. I wish you good fortune. Oh, I'm very fortunate because I strike big lottery. I'm very fortunate to marry such a beautiful girl. I'm so fortunate to have a wonderful parents. I'm so fortunate to born in Malaysia because in Malaysia there's no famine. Every day there's rain, every day there's shine, vegetables are in abundance, water in abundance, electricity in abundance. Basically, Malaysia is heaven. You know, I'm so fortunate to be born here. So this is not the real fortune. In this material world, anywhere that you live, you still have these four things called birth, death, old age, and disease. And it's not only in this material world, but also up to the level of, up to the Brahmaloka. That means when we are talking about when you go down or you go up, Siddhaloka, Siddhaloka, then Tapaloka, Mahaloka, then Satyaloka. In anywhere in this, within this egg, there is things called birth, death, old age, and disease. So to live here, it is something it is not so fortunate enough. It's nothing so exciting about. It is not the real fortune. Right? Now having money and all this is not the real fortune. But the real fortune, or we call it as the good fortune. All right? By the good fortune, what happened? Oh, sorry. Okay. The good fortune is Kona Bhakya. Bhakya. Bhakya means what? Fortune. Bhakyavadi. No, in Tamil also we call Bhakya Sali, right? Sariyana Bhakya Sali. That means what they call very fortunate. Bhakya. Karo Sangsari. That one can cross. Sangsari means Sangsara Kadal. In Malay, we call Sansara. Sansara means suffering. All right? So Sansara. So in Sanskrit, we call Sangsara. In Tamil also, we call Sangsara. You know? But that's why there's a saying, right? But in Tamil, we call wife as Samsara. Anyway, I was just joking. I just suddenly thought about it. Why in Tamil we call wife as Samsara? Samsara. All right. Anyway, so Kona Bhake, those who are very fortunate, they can cross Samsara, the ocean of birth and death. How? Through Sadhu Sangha. All right. Then how? Through the Sadhu Sangha and also Krishna Rati, by the mercy of Krishna, Upajaya. Okay. Then Bhava Pavargo Brahmato Yada Bhave Janasya Tarahas Chutta Sat Samagama. Sat Sangamo. Sangamo Yarhi Santadeva Sadgatau. Paravareshi Tavai Jayate Rati. So that means by good fortune, one is eligible to cross the ocean of nations, ignorance. So this is the real good fortune. All right. So that means whether we have come out of ignorance or we are struggling to come out of ignorance, but we understood theoretically, this is not a nice place. So by understanding it theoretically, what happened? We create that eligibility. We are some or other have created the eligibility. So by creating that eligibility, we are considered very fortunate people, right? So when one's term in material existence decrease, that means as our term in material life term, it starts to decrease as we get older and older. So that means it decreases. That means as we know that we are already there because we are already in the queue, right? In the queue of going back to Godhead. And it's such a long queue. So we take many births in that queue. Then we come, we try to act some pious activity. Then we do on some what they call some devotional service. So little by little, but you're going towards the end. That means you are nearing. So towards the end means your material way of life is getting decreasing. So towards the end is the time that we start to associate with pure devotees. All right, we start to associate because towards the end, because you're going to end. So towards the end, all right, that means you're queuing up outside. Now you're queuing up outside to take a flight. All right, maybe you queue up like you're going to fly in KLIA, but you'll start queuing up from Ipoh. Such a long queue. So as you go nearer, when you go nearer to the airport, so once you reach to the gate of the airport, you have not even checked in yet. You just come near the airport, suddenly the officer will come and start to say, okay, let me check your passport. Is it all okay or not? Because if not, you have to go back the queue again in Ipoh. You have to start back again. So they start to check. Okay, they start to look at all the things. Okay, do you carry enough baggage? Is it within the allowed baggage? Right? Do you have the proper visa? Is your passport is valid? So all these things, the officer will come out and check at the entrance. So similarly, as we get nearer, as our time is getting shorter, so that's when we will start to get the opportunity to associate with pure devotees. All right. So when we start to associate with pure devotees, what does that mean? We are already near of going back to God. Think about it, my dear Prabhus and mothers. Think about it very detailed. You are very near. You are first, you start to have association of Srila Prabhupada by being in this movement called ISKCON. So through that Prabhupada's movement, or Prabhupada have created, we are reading and studying all that purpose of Srila Prabhupada. Yeah. And while we are studying, we also studying that our Purva Acharya, our this thing, okay, our forefather Acharya, that means our previous Acharya like Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So that means you start to associating with more and more pure devotees. We are studying their work, even though they are no longer with us, but they are here in their instruction, because Vaishnava never dies. The gross body will live, but their instruction remain forever. When the reporter asked Prabhupada, what will happen if you die? And Prabhupada, after contemplation, he said, I never die. I will not die. Then everybody say, what do you mean you won't die? You're so old. What do you mean? No, I will live in my instruction. I live in my instruction. And similarly, we are studying this, we are taking instruction. Or in other words, we are taking Siksha. Siksha means instruction from Pujyapat Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Okay, so we are taking instruction. So that means when we are here and we start to have association with this pure devotee who are not only ordinary devotee, but they are Manjaris, personal associate of Srimati Radharani, we are got that opportunity. So when we are here listening to this, there's so many people in the group, but how many of you are here listening very attentive? And out of those people who are here, how many of you are attending every single day without missing a class? So that means we can measure our fortune. That means how near are we to back home, back to God? So therefore, so don't miss all the class. Try your very best to come. If at all you miss the session, please go back to the video, because there is research found. All right, out of people, 100 people out of 10 people, hardly one people will watch that. I mean, hardly one people will watch that video recording. But even if the person watched the recording, they don't watch the video in full. And those who watch the video in full, okay, like for instance, I see that YouTube, they send me this thing. You know what is the average viewing? I see, wow, so many views, 30 views, 40 views, but average views is only 3 minutes. Can you imagine? People just open, see for 3 minutes, go to the next. Let's look something else. So like that. That's what I mean, okay? I'm not saying that you all should come and become my fan club. That's not my intention, because our intention is we are studying Bhaktiyaloka. Okay, in Bhaktiyaloka, there's only two options. One option to study yourself, second option by discussing. We are having discussion. So through that discussion, we may tend to understand even more deeper. So we all should keep this in your mind. All right, when you later you go and see yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you are very nearby to take Garuda Airlines. All right? How you go back home? The Lord Vishnu Dutas will come in Garuda. You know the Garuda, he will take you with full respect. I think we saw that in what they call in Gita Gyan. So the Garuda Airlines is waiting for you. All right, we are definitely going back home, back to God. Okay, so we are eligible, and whether we go back home, back to God is only secondary. But one thing is assured, that our term in this material existence has decreased tremendously. Right? Has decreased tremendously. Because this is not my word. I'm not speculating. I'm just saying exactly what Srila Pujyapat Bhakti Vinod Thakur actually saying. So by such association, right? So now we associate with Prabhupada, Bhakti, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, then Gaura Kishore Das Babaji, and later we're going to study about Harinam Chintamani. We're going to associate with Haridas Thakur, and we're going to associate with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then after that, we studied this nectar of instruction and the pure devotee, Srila Rupa Goswami. Then later we're going to study about nectar of devotion. That is also work by Srila Rupa Goswami. Then we're going to study about nectar of devotion, Sindhu Bindu. That is by Srila Chakravarti, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Thakur, yes, the name is Thakur, yes. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Like that, we're going to associate with one by one. By all those association, that eventually we will start to have a personal guru, right? Because once you're using you need to have your personal representative. Krishna will send his representative to guide you further personally. And that personal associate, this thing, who is none other than the pure devotee of the Lord. He say, okay, according to your mood, okay, I shall send you a devotee that you shall accept as a guru. Surrender unto him. Inquire from him submissively. Serve him. Being satisfied, the pure soul would impart the knowledge upon you. Which part of Bhagavad Gita is this? Chapter 5, if I'm not mistaken, right? Karma Yoga. Action in Krishna consciousness. Chapter 5 or chapter 4, I think. Divine knowledge, right? So we have to surrender to a guru. So the guru will start to appear in your life. So once you have accepted a guru, and through that association, one's attraction towards Krishna is awakened. Okay? The attraction to Krishna is awakened. Oh my Lord, oh infallible Supreme Person, when a person wandering throughout the universe become eligible for liberation from material existence. Right? So Krishna, it's mentioned here. Right? It's in in Chaitanya Charitamrita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, it says there, when a person is wandering throughout the universe, become eligible for liberation. That means you qualify. That means your visa is approved. Right? Visa means what? You are allowed. You are eligible to enter into that country. So your eligibility has been approved. Okay, from this material existence. Then what he gets? So he gets an opportunity to associate with devotees. That's when the devotee association starts. So when he associates with the devotees, right, his attraction for you is awakened. Okay, attraction towards you, that means attraction to Krishna is awakened. And because you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the highest goal of the Supreme devotees and the Lord of the universe. Okay, that is the highest goal of the Supreme devotees and the Lord of the universe. By the now Bhakti Vinod Thakur saying, by the association of sadhu, right, material distress is vanquished. So when we start to associate with sadhu or pure devotees, right, our material distress is vanquished, is totally destroyed. Then by the mercy of Krishna, one attains firm faith. What do you call firm faith? What is the term? What do you call the firm faith? We have spoke about it before. Huh? Nishta. Yes, Nishta. First, we start sadhu sangha. All right. Then the faith will start. Shraddha. Shraddha means faith. Faith. Then after faith, then we go into we come to the level of Nishta. Nishta means firm faith. Right? So faith. So that means by the mercy of Krishna, one attain firm faith. How we can attain the firm faith? Why? By associating Krishna. Because Krishna will start to reciprocate with you. Right? Because it's inconceivable. We cannot understand him through our material senses. We cannot even see the sun. We cannot smell something which is very fragrant. We cannot breathe. We get in asthma. People can die also. Right? We cannot taste. The thing is extremely sweet. We just take 10 gulab jamun, you vomit. Yes or no? You take extremely sweet gulab jamun. You take one. Wow. What happens if you take 10? What happens if you take 20? What if you take 50? That's it, pengsan. You vomit. Right? Your ears only can hear to certain decibel. If you hear more than that, you can go deaf. Or maybe your ears can't even capture it. It's very noisy, very distinct, but your ears can't capture it. It seems to be like you have gone deaf. So in this kind of material sense, we cannot perceive Krishna, inconceivable. But through our heart, through the super soul within ourselves, we start to understand. Therefore, the super soul within the heart, that is Paramatma, now he turns into Chaita Guru. The Guru Chaita means within. The Guru within you. The Paramatma now will start to personally guide you and create that firm faith. Because the faith has to come from within. We acquire the knowledge from without, from outside. Then we try to blend in our mind, in intelligence. Then and through that we need to have experience, and that experience is given by the Lord within the heart. So when that thing happens, we start to create a firm faith. Once the firm faith is awakened, Nishta, and that's when the material distress is vanished. So that Chaita Guru in your heart, then later will appear in front of you as your Diksha Guru. That's why when it comes to Diksha Guru, we can never cheat Diksha Guru. The Diksha Guru knows you in and out. He look at you, he knows you. Why? Because he is the Chaita Guru in your heart. And that Diksha Guru knows what is your nature. Like my spiritual master told me in the year 1993, December 25th, Christmas Day, when he first came to Ipoh, right? In the year 1993, I was only 15 that time. On that Christmas Day, he just came, and that's when there's an initiation ceremony, and that time was Shanti Vardhana. I think some of you know who Shanti Vardhana. Shanti Vardhana's initiation day. So that evening was his initiation in the morning, and in the afternoon, something like that, before that program, or I think after the program or before the program. So I went and met him. He became so happy with my little service that I did. He just put his both hand on my shoulder and just looked directly into my eyes and said, just do this and nothing else. All right? Because he could identify. He told me, just do Sankirtan, do preaching, do Sankirtan. That means distribute books. Go to the street and sing Sankirtan. You are always on the street. Creating. That means be the frontliner of bringing devotees in. That means creating. But after that, I tried to do something else. I was in the management of ISKCON Ipoh. Then I went into the management. Then I went into this. Nothing worked out. But when I go back to distribution books and to give online classes and everything, this thing seems to be very successful. Because the Guru knows what is your nature. Therefore, I've given up all my posts, whatever it is. And now I'm doing what my spiritual master instructed me. Because it's Chaita Guru within my heart. Because he appeared in front of me and told me what to do. Similarly, that's when you start to have that, attain the firm faith. Then, by the strength of devotional service, so once you start to have a firm faith, then you start to improve your devotional service. You chant more rounds. You wake up morning, not 16 rounds, but you chant for 18, 20 rounds. All right? So like that. So by the strength of devotion. So now if you feel that you still cannot chant 16 rounds, so check and balance yourself. Write in your journal, why I cannot chant 16 rounds? What is stopping me from not chanting? Is it my social media? Is it my other things which is wasting my time? All right? Because the chanting of the 16 rounds, it is something like, it is just like, it's like an express. Sometimes when you go to KLIA, right? I believe you all have been to KLIA, right? The KL International Airport, right? So in KLIA, there's two pathways. One is you walk. Another one, there's like an escalator that goes. That means you walk on that escalator. That means you tend to walk faster. When you walk 1, 2, 3 like that. But on escalator, the thing is moving fast and you walk on it. That means you're even faster. So chanting 16 rounds is just like walking on an escalator. If not, you're taking a stroll. So now we understand that we are very nearby to success. So my question is, why do you still want to take your sweet time? I'm even reminding myself, why do I need to take my sweet time? When I found the treasure, right? Just like the man, that story we read, the person is extremely poor, and after that he's told that about the treasure. Oh, okay, I know I need to go and dig in the eastern side. Other side got ghost, snake, and also wasp. So I need to dig it. Okay, I take my time, no rush. So what does that we understand? When I found out that I got a pot of gold waiting for me, and that astrologer came and told me exactly the spot, and he told me the secret behind it, how to do it. So what is the next thing I should do? Immediately rush to the spot and start digging. So immediately I need to rush to the spot and start digging and take the gold and change my condition. Being a pauper, being a poor man, right? Now I found it. I should take it. And after I take the gold, what is the next step I need to do? I need to exchange it. And through that exchange, I start to improve my life. Maybe I start to get a better house. I start to get a better car. I start to have a better facility in my house. I start to create a better education, a better whatever situation, a better dress for the wife and children. And I myself, and start to get a better food to eat. Because that's basic necessity. So we should do it immediately. We don't, okay, I take my own sweet time. Okay, since I know where's my father kept the gold, okay, maybe next week, maybe the, no, that's not intelligent. So if you still struggle in chanting 16 rounds, you have to know you are taking a stroll. So since we are this, so the entire Bhaktiyaloka, it is to convince you to take up Bhakti, because among all the topmost devotional service is chanting the holy name of the Lord. To install that Nama Prabhu on your tongue, that is the topmost devotional service. So that means by the strength of devotional service and Krishna's mercy, okay, a living entity, what happened? Cuts the bondage of Maya and attains Krishna's service. So that means cuts the bondage of Maya. Maybe you have already found the weapon. The first book I read when I became a Krishna devotee is Sword of Knowledge. The Sword of Knowledge. But now they changed the name. Okay, they don't use the word Sword of Knowledge anymore because it looks like terrorists. And now I think they changed the name to something else. Yeah, that day only I saw the name. Right? I was wondering, what there's the term Sword of Knowledge is no longer there. They went and changed the thing, the Sword of Knowledge. That means with the Sword of Knowledge cut off. So that means now you have got the sword. All right, the sword that is capable to cut your bondage in Maya. So you have to make a decision how quickly you're going to do it. Huh? What is that? Someone say something. So with that sword of knowledge, what is it?
The sword of knowledge changed to king of knowledge. The name there is king of.
The king of knowledge. Yeah, Rajavidya. Yes, the king of knowledge. Correct. The book Rajavidya, the king of knowledge. For me, it was known as the sword of knowledge. That was the first book I read in the year 93. All right. Then after that, Shanti Vardhana Prabhu gave me the gift, Nectar of Devotion, this book. This was my first gift in my life. All right. The first gift. It was given to me on 1994. I've written here. (1994), somewhere around March. So anyway, so the sword of knowledge. So now you have already got the sword of knowledge. But let me tell you, the sword is very heavy. You can cut it off when your excitement level is very high, right? But you're going to take your time when you become cold. In other words, when you become old, you won't be able to carry the sword, right? You only can look at the sword, but you cannot carry. So since you are able, you are very healthy, you're very active, you're very excited, you found the truth, cut that bondage off. And to cut it off, very simple. You just need to take around the tulsi beads, which is I think around 10 grams or less, and take a bag and put your finger into that thing. Take it and just start to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That's why Lord Chaitanya says, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam. Nama eva kevalam. Harinam is so auspicious. Kalau nasti eva nasti. Other than that, for liberation, kalau nasti eva nasti, gadir anyway. Kalau nasti eva nasti, eva nasti eva nasti. Kalau nasti eva nasti, eva nasti. Other than this, there's no other way, there's no other way, there's no other way to achieve perfection. He repeated 3 times. Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama eva kevalam. Chant the holy name, chant the holy name, chant the holy name. Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama kevalam. Kalau nasti, eva nasti, gadir anyataha. Other than this, there's no other way, there's no other way, there's no other way. Right? If you're engaging in the temple service by cooking, by decorating the deities, or whatever service that you are involved, I could say that is only secondary. I know I'm taking a big risk by telling this. But your primary service is to chant your rounds. Chanting should come first. And chanting 16 rounds is a must. All right? Because that's what the acharyas have given you. He is recommended to chant 64 rounds a day. But our Srila Prabhupada was so merciful. Ocean of mercy. He said, never mind. You Western bodied people, you may struggle 64. I give you 75% discount. Just chant 16 rounds. And even that 16 rounds is going to be a trouble. So think for yourself. Make it in a journal. Find out where is your weaknesses. Try to rectify it as soon as you can. And try to overcome of this. And make sure you chant. So the living entity cuts the bondage of Maya and attain Krishna service. So now by the mercy of Krishna, the Baddha Mukta Jiva, that means those who achieve freedom from bondage, Baddha Mukta Jiva. That means Baddha Jiva means condition, this thing. Mukta means the one who liberated from the condition. That means those who achieve freedom from bondage easily attain Salokya. Easily attain what? Salokya. What is that? The abode of Krishna. So how? The word that Bhakti Vinod Thakur is using, easily. Right? Easily attain Salokya. The word that we should highlight. Easily. Please underline all these things. All right? Once we cut the bondage with Maya, then we attain Krishna service. So the Krishna service we can talk about, right, is Japa. Right? Japa. Japa is number 1. Then Kirtan. So then, then that's when we can be able to chant. So sometimes we also can reverse, right? We chant first, then we Japa. So by the mercy of Krishna, that means through that, we become Baddha Mukta Jiva. Those who achieve freedom from bondage. So when this thing happens, it can easily attain Salokya. Salokya means what? The abode of Krishna. It's not hard at all. All right? Okay? And who is telling that? Acharyas is telling, who have already done that. All right? Then, with those who have never, but those who have never entered into Maya, those who never entered into Maya because of searching of Krishna's happiness. All right? So, that means we attain the abode of Krishna with those who have never. That means with those means what? With the devotees who have never entered into Maya because of searching for Krishna's happiness. Because they are the second one. There are 2 types of people, right? One is my own happiness. Second is searching for Krishna's happiness. So that means by association of devotees, we can go into that. All right. So now, those who have never entered. The conclusion of Amnaya. Okay, now we're going to talk about the 6th reality. All right. So now it's 10:58. Shall we just take a 2 minutes break? Just think about what we have read now. Right. I just want you to deliberate on this, on what we have read here. So we take a 2 minutes break and we come back at 10:01. Okay. Hare Krishna. Okay. Now we continue. Okay. So, okay. Now let's look at the 6th reality. The conclusion of the 6th reality. Of course, the reality is big, but the conclusion of 6th reality is Lord Krishna and all other things are connected by a relationship with Achintya, Veda, Abeda. Okay. So that means we are all connected. Lord Krishna and all other things are connected. That means everything is connected by a relationship of Achintya, Veda, Veda. That means what is Achintya, Veda, Veda means inconceivably, simultaneously one and different. All right. So if you really see, The tattva that we are following, we call it as Achintya Abeda Veda Tattva. This is called tattva or the reality. Okay. So now we are all, that is Lord Krishna and all other things are connected by the relationship called Achintya Veda Veda. Veda Abeda. So when you combine these two words, it becomes Veda Veda. So Veda means what? All right. If you all remember the old Malay, in old Malay, we call the difference in old Malay, we call Veda. Yes or not? Do you all remember? All right. The old Malay. All right. Old Malay, we call Veda. Upper Veda. But now the new Malay, we call it as Beza. Upper Beza dengan ini dengan itu. Beza. All right. Veda. Are you all following me on this? So Veda means, and Beza, Veda means difference. Anyone who still remember old Malay? Right? Sometimes when you go to the kampung and all these people, they talk, apa beda ini. Ini dengan itu beda lah. Sometimes when you go to Terengganu, Kelantan, they don't use the word beza. Apa beza? Apa beda? They used to call beda. Right? So that's the thing. So that means beda. Beda means difference. Achintya, beda, abeda. Beda, difference. Abeda means non-difference. How many of you following me this? Please put a thumbs up. Great. All right. So Beza. So that means we put A in front is opposite. The term is opposite. Okay. So that means, so Beda, Abeda. Different. Abeda means not different. Okay. So that means inconceivably simultaneously one and different. That is why the Vedas have many statements supporting oneness and many supporting difference. Okay, that's why in Vedas, when you look at Vedas, there's so many things they say oneness, and also there's also supplementary says that difference. Okay, in other words, just before I go on to understand this thing, what is that Veda Abeda? All right, I am equal with Krishna, but at the same time, I'm not equal with Krishna. I want all of you to think about it. Every one of you are equal with Krishna, but different from Krishna. That means I am the spirit soul. That means I am Krishna, just like a drop of seawater. It is the seawater, but it's different. So what is that different? So that means we talk about the minuteness. The vast ocean is huge, and drop of seawater is only a drop. All right. The fire and the spark, both are fire, simultaneously one, but different because that's spark, and this is real fire. So similarly, we are all equal with Krishna. All right. Because we are called Satchit Ananda Vigraha. Sat means eternal. Chit means we have understood yesterday, knowledge or spiritual. Satchit, then Ananda Vigraha. Ananda means beautiful. Vigraha means body. So Krishna is Satchidananda Vigraha, and we are also Satchit Ananda Vigraha. But the difference is we have it in a very minute form. We have it in a very minute form. It's so insignificant. Just like a drop of seawater is so insignificant compared to the vast body of ocean. The spark of a fire is so insignificant compared to the real blazing fire. Right? When you take the charcoal, when you just when you start to swing air, lot of spark will be flying. Also fire. But that spark you touch, you don't even feel burning. All right? You cannot take a drop of seawater and drown in it. Correct or not? You take one drop from the seawater, you cannot go into it and get drowned. But at the same time, when you go to the body, you jump in, you can get drowned. So that's the thing. How many of you following me on this? Thumbs up. Because this is a very important tattva that we should understand. That we are all Achintya Veda Veda tattva. Right. That is great. Okay. So now, so Vedas have statements supporting now there's a real understanding, but now let's look at the general understanding. The Vedas have many statements supporting oneness, and there's many supporting difference. So in the conclusion of those ignorant of the truth, only a portion of the Vedas are accepted. That means, in other words, what? those who are ignorant, those people who are ignorant, all right, they only take one portion of the Vedas. So when the ignorant will come, that's why sometimes I used to do this program called efficient studying or speed learning. Okay, how is the method of studying a book? I mean, those days I used to do this kind of seminars and teaching. I always tell, when I take a book, I don't come to conclusion first. This book, I know lah. Then you start reading. You come to the conclusion and start to read the book, you will never understand anything. So what you should do, go through the book, then you make that conclusion. Go through that book, then you come to the conclusion. So like that. So that means in other words, so that the ignorant of the truth, those complete, that means those people are ignorant from the truth because they have the self-built belief system that God is formless. You and I are God, but we have not realized it. That you also can become God. So how they came to that conclusion? Through the association with Mayavadi. That's why the association Mayavadi is strongly prohibited. All right. That's why there's also a term is said, I rather stay in the cage and surrounded by fire, forest fire, blazing forest fire, than associating with a non-devotee. Because this is a thing. Okay, like example, many people believe that they can become God after watching this movie, Anbe Sivam. You know that Kamala Hassan movie, right? Ni Nane Sivam, Ni Sivam, Anbe Sivam. You and I all are Shiva. All right, and that Shiva is loving Shiva, Anbe Shiva. So this kind of thing, everybody, oh, really, I got here. All right, then because you have that ability to move mountain, you can make great, you can become the richest man in the world if you want to. All right, but you have to want it. You have to realize it. You can be Ishvara, you can be the controller, you can be Purusha, you can be the enjoyer, but you have to be wanting it because you are a God. So these are the things that these kind of nonsense thoughts through that Mayavadi association. So what they do, when they go and refer to the Vedas, they usually get attracted to the bogus part of it. All right. So they only take the portion of the Vedas, which is talk about this. All right. So in that conclusion of the know of the truth, the purport of all the Vedas is accepted. But but those who want to look for real truth, all right, they will take the purport of all the Vedas. So all the understanding the book of knowledge. Veda means knowledge. So the book of knowledge, that means we accept everything. We don't take a portion of it and then make a decision. Just like sometimes, like Ambedkar, the guy who wrote that India Constitution, Ambedkar, and all these kind of foolish leaders, right? What they do, they usually take the book, they go behind the glossary, they just go look at the back, caste system. Oh, there's a caste system. They immediately open to the caste. Oh, see, Bhagavad Gita talk about caste system. We should reject the Bhagavad Gita, but they didn't read through the Bhagavad Gita. They go to the glossary at the back. They just use the word CASTE. They take the thing and see where's the thing. All right. There is explanation before the thing could explain. Right. So, for instance, outcast has to be rejected. Oh, look at that. Outcast has to be rejected. But they don't know who is that outcast. Is that outcast really born in the family of outcasts? Or is that outcast is been created by the habit or the way of life? So these bogus rascals, or I mean the less intelligent people, they always look at the back and they say, oh, outcast. But now we understood who is that outcast. The one who eats meat and the one who drinks alcohol is outcast. And these outcasts can be born even in the family of a Brahmana. It is not to be born in that particular family. And also the Vedas also says, even the person who born in the family of Malicha, the beef eater, all right, Chandala, the dog eater, all right, and the barbarians, the one eats human being, Agoris, and all this kind of nasty kind of background, even aborigines, they can be even lowest of the lowest human form. They can achieve the highest perfection because there is the tendency built by default. Anybody from any background can become a great devotee of Krishna, can become a pure devotee of Krishna. All these things is omitted. They only talk about outcasts. So that's why during the Bhagavad Gita, I said, where did Bhagavad Gita Krishna says outcast people has to be rejected? Like how this Ambedkar, the so-called great, educated, knowledgeable person, who wrote that Indian Constitution, spoke, right? Periyar. Huh? They start to see all kind of nonsense, right? All kind of bogus, right? So it's not mentioned anywhere. The Vedas are very clear. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, right? The one who in real knowledge sees a gentle Brahmana, a tree, a dog, the dog eater means Chandala, dog eater, elephant, and all in equal vision. When a person in perfect knowledge. So those who are not in perfect knowledge, they speculate. Right? And that perfect knowledge only delivered by this Vaishnava Sampradaya, whether you like it or not. That's why Ramanujacharya was first to create this kind of revolution 1,000 years ago by initiating everybody into the Vaishnavism, into the Brahmanical standard. He did not accept anyone. When he wanted to, when his wife is very orthodox Brahmana, who Ramanujacharya, the Acharya of Sri Vaishnava, and he accepted Siksha Guru. What is his name? Tirukachi Nambi. Tirukachi Nambi is one of the, or you got another name called Kanchi Purna. All right, he is one of the Siksha Guru for Ramanujacharya. But he is from lower caste. And what caste? He is from Chettiar caste, Vaishya. Right? But you see, my clan will say, oh, Chettiar is so great. But when you look at those days, 1,000 years ago, Chettiar is still considered. Sometimes I like to tell this to my uncle and make them irritate. So he's from that. So then what happened? He accepted him as a Siksha Guru and invited him to come to the house to eat. So when he came to the house, the wife said, Ramanujacharya need to go somewhere. And after that, he said, okay, you come. Oh yeah, he told me, my husband told me. So he didn't allow him to come in. He just asked him to do 5 foot way in every house those days, but thin night. All right, there's a place, resting area. She served the food, everything, and asked him to eat. And he realized, oh, I will. I mean, anyway, this girl, she's very orthodox Brahmin. She doesn't like me. All right. But this Tirukachinambi has a direct audience of Sri Ranganath. He speaks to Sri Varadaraj. He speaks directly to Krishna. All right. So Tirukachinambi, he got a direct association with Lord Varadaraj. He can talk to him. Then, but the wife cannot. So then after everything done, then after that came back. Then after he had and left, so Ramanujacharya came back. He asked, did Nambi came? He said, yeah, he came. He said, what cleaning? Why are you washing all the pots, throwing all the things and washing the 5 foot way? Why? What happened? Have you cooked? Has he come? No, he came. Then no, he came, but he's from that caste, so I don't agree. So after I throw everything away and I'm just wait for a while, I cook again. And he got very angry to Ramanujacharya until he gave up his wife, took sannyas. So that means in Vaishnava Sampradaya, it is something which is not recognized. Because the Vaishnava Sampradaya is the true Sampradaya who practice the true knowledge, the real knowledge, that they are the knower of the truth. And they also understand the purport of all Vedas. The purport of all Vedas, Krishna has to be known. The purport of all Vedas, Krishna has to be known. That is that purport. And they understood the 4 Sampradaya. That's why we follow these 4 Sampradaya. Rudra Sampradaya, Kumara Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, and we are Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Other than these 4, other Sampradayas are bogus. This is not my opinion. This is the opinion of all the previous acharyas. I saw someone raise his hand. Vivan, did you raise your hand just now?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, and oh,
Dandavad.
Prabhu, I just want to ask you, for Ramanujam Charya, he come up with a philosophy, Vishishta Advaita. The different the philosophy one Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is given Achintya Veda Aveda Tattva Prabhu. So what is the difference between the Achintya Veda Aveda Tattva with Vishishta Advaita Prabhu? Hare
You got me highlighted. Honestly, I don't know what is that Vishishta Tattva. Okay, because I read it, but I can't recall. Vishishta Tattva is by this thing, but we are following Achintya Veda Veda Tattva. That means we are equal, but we are not equal. All right. So about that Vishishta, what is the Tattva you get? By Ramanuja. Advaita. Okay, Vishishta Advaita, right? So that Tattva is something that I just read, I just heard. Okay, I didn't even read, I just heard around just a week before, because that was Ramanujacharya's appearance day, right? His appearance day. But I just don't know that. I'll check it and get back to you on this. But whatever Tattva is, but the supremacy of Lord Hari is being created in all that four Sampradaya. All right, all these the what they call the supremacy. That's why we must understand the purport of all Vedas. Okay, so that's the thing. So this is very clearly explained in Vedas. All right, those who have thirst for worshipping the Lord. All right, those who have thirst, that means you're so thirsty to worship the Lord. So learn from the teaching of Amnaya that Lord Krishna is all pervading, and he is one without second. Sri Krishna is the absolute truth, Parampurul. Absolute truth in Tamil we call Parampurul. All right? That absolute truth possesses all energies. Shaktiman. Although the living entities and the material world are manifested by his energy, still he remains without a second. What is the verse to confirm this? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate. Purnashya Purnam Adaya Purnam Eva Pashishyate. Although a lot of things manifest from him, but he still never, I'm just paraphrasing, but whatever, all manifest from Krishna. But even despite many manifestations from Krishna, the Krishna remain complete, Purna. And all the manifested things is also Purna, is also complete. Just in a normal layman term, I like to keep things easy, right? Just like a candle. I got a candle, and you come and take a lamp, a fire. I mean, you just come and light up your candle from my candle. Then after that, hundreds of people come to my candle and light up their candle from my candle. Even though my candle gave light or lighten up their candle, my candle still remain complete. And all the candles that taken from me also remain complete. You all got this idea? If you understand, thumbs up. Right? That's the verse. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamida. All right. Okay. So now the ingredients are constitutionally non-different from Krishna. Right? But the material creation, everything of other than Krishna is transformation of his energy. Okay. And therefore eternally separated from him. Okay. What does that mean? That means the living entities and the material world, that means the living entities and the material world are manifested by his energy. So the living entities we and also the material world, Prakriti, both are from Krishna's energy. Manifested, created from his energy. But he remains without second. He remains still complete. The ingredients that used are constitutionally non-different from Krishna. So the ingredients that they used to create, there's no difference between Krishna. But that's a spiritual ingredient. But in the material creation, for material creation, everything other than Krishna is a transformation of his energy. So that means it's a transformation from his spiritual energy, transforms spiritual energy into material energy. And therefore, this energy is eternally separated from him. Even though it's part of him, It's a transformation of his energy, but this particular energy stays out of you. All right. And that's why they call external energy of the Lord. External, internal, marginal. Right. So that's called external energy of the Lord because it's external, even though it's him, but it stays outside. All right. Okay. It's like that. The eternal oneness and difference. Now, the eternal oneness is different, is naturally inconceivable. It cannot be understood. Naturally, it's very hard to understand, right? Because it is beyond the range of living entities' material intelligence. Because it's beyond the acceptance of material intelligence. So when the living entity's spiritual intelligence is awakened, when the spiritual intelligence is awakened, so pure knowledge of inconceivable oneness and difference aroused. So that's when we start to understand. When our spiritual energy is awakened, that's when the pure knowledge of inconceivability, that means which cannot be understood, of oneness and difference is aroused, is created. Keeping firm faith in the statement of Amnaya, by the mercy of Krishna's devotee, can clearly see the truth of the inconceivable oneness and difference. Right? So now you all understand what is inconceivable oneness and difference. Right? That means Veda, Abeda, Tattva. You all understand? Now you all understand what it means. Yes? Those who don't understand, please ask me. If you don't understand, I can repeat again. How many of you understood? Okay, let me take Rusan Chang Mataji. Did you get what I said? Do you understand the concept? Simultaneously one and different. Are you there, Mataji? How about others? You all understand or not? What is Achintya Veda Abeda Tattva? Okay, Kesavan understood. Right? Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu, yes. Prabhu, you raised your hand.
This was very difficult for me to understand those days. But your example of the candle, is that a real one? That's the answer?
No, the candle, no, you're talking about which one? The simultaneously one.
Simultaneous one and different. I couldn't
That is,
understand all these days, no, but
okay.
I mean, you can tell by heart what the book says. But you gave the example of the candle. Does that is that a good meaning, Prabhu?
No, the candle is actually Om Purnamada Purnamidam.
That means
Oh.
I still don't understand.
Okay, now it's like this. Okay, now let's look at Achintya Veda Veda Tattva. Simultaneously one and difference. Okay, Prabhu?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Okay, what example I gave? Just like the ocean and the drop of seawater.
Yeah.
So the ocean of the drop of seawater is one with the ocean.
Yeah.
But it's different in quantity.
Oh, that's a meaning, Prabhu.
That's it.
Fullness or minuteness.
A minuteness, yes, minuteness.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
So that means I cannot drown in the drop of seawater, but I can drown in the ocean.
Yeah.
So that means I and Krishna, you and Krishna are same, equal.
Even if you take the qualities, Krishna
Quality.
is full. We are only minute.
We are minute.
Thank you.
So we have a little bit of it.
Yeah.
That is called Achintya Veda Veda Tattva. That means simultaneously one and different. Now you understand this
Yeah.
Tattva?
First time I'm understanding, Prabhu.
Okay. Now let me tell you the second Tattva. That Om Purnamada Purnamidam. Remember yesterday the verse that you said.
Comes in Upanishad, Prabhu.
Ishopanishad.
Ishopanishad.
Om Purnamada Purnamidam. Purnamada. There is complete. Purnamidam. Here also complete. Purnat Purnam Udachate. Purna Purnam Adaya Purnam Eva.
Yeah.
So that even though there's a lot of manifestation come from Krishna, the manifestation is complete. And even though it comes from Krishna, and Krishna still remain complete.
Yeah.
So that analogy I give candle. For that I give analogy.
Yeah. Okay.
I got a candle, and 100 people came and light up my candle.
Yeah.
Light up their candle through my candle.
Yeah.
There's another people also go and light up that candle from that people.
Yeah.
So the lamp of the candle remained complete because all take my lamp. That means doesn't mean that my candle lamp had diminished.
Yeah, brother.
It still remained completely burning.
Yeah.
And those who taken the lamp from my candle, they also having the candle completely burning.
Yeah.
And they take the candle and give it to somebody else, and that candle also still remain completely burning.
Yeah.
And all the candles around still completely burning.
Yeah.
There's no finish of quality.
Yeah.
So that is what I've understood for Purnamada Purnamida, because I personally had a very tough time to understand that.
Yeah.
And you know where I got the idea? When suddenly there was a blackout in my house, I took the candle, and using my candle, my daughter took that lamp from my candle and ended up, we lighted up the candle. That's when I got the idea. This sounds
Yeah.
good. That's when I understood that, that analogy.
Yeah.
So being a devotee, we have to be very observant. All right, we have to be very observant what is around us. And that's why we said that we should always try to link with Krishna. Everything that we do, we try to link with Krishna. Just like that day, yesterday I said about the girls, my children are playing bubble in Taman. I mean, it's a park, open park, called Ipoh Padang, open park, and it's a full moon. All are playing bubble, and at night all play bubble. All the bubbles come and land on the ground, and there's a lot of bubbles around. Okay, it's soapy, right? So there's a moon up there. Then I start to see, hey, there's so many moons in all these bubbles. That's when I got that idea. That soul is one, the Paramatma is one, but it is, even though it is in everyone's heart, it still remains as one. There's no difference. So like that, so we learn from nature. Anyway, so others, do you all understand? Slowly, okay. Rusan Mataji, slowly means what? I don't understand what do you mean by slowly?
Today, Ekadasi, the energy getting very low.
Ekadasi, no, Shivaratri. Today is Shivaratri. You're fasting on you're fasting, huh? Good. Okay, energy is slow, it's okay, but do you understand Veda Abeda Tattva?
No.
Yes or no?
No, I don't. I just
Okay.
try to search. Yeah.
All right. Okay, now, okay, let me explain to you. All right. See, now you are seeing, you can see the whiteboard, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now, this is a huge ocean. This is a huge ocean. All right. Okay, Mataji. And this is a little drop of seawater.
Okay. Yeah.
So that means this is the huge ocean, and from the ocean, I take one drop of seawater. Okay. So now both are salty. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Both salty, number one. All right. Oh, sorry. Okay. The first quality is number one, both salty. All right. Number two is, all right. The difference is a drop and vast, a drop versus vast ocean. Can you see the difference? We are talking about a drop of seawater and the entire ocean. Okay. You got it, Mataji?
Okay.
So in other words, what we can understand is like this. Okay. In other words, right now, both salty means both are same. Yes or not? Both salty, both are same. Okay. But the difference is a drop with vast ocean is difference. Okay. That means the first thing here is, oh, sorry. That means the first thing here, both are salty. That means same. But number two, the difference, but both, we are versing a drop and the vast ocean. That's the difference. You got it, Mataji?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So that means, in other words, what we can understand like this. Okay, just for your understanding, this is Krishna, who has all omnipotent, omniscient, and all the power to enjoy and everything. He's huge. Okay, and this is you. You are here. All right. So now you are here. So that means Krishna is huge, but you are a drop of that Krishna. So therefore, both are same. Okay. But the difference is you are so tiny and this is so huge. The difference. Right. So now we cannot speculate to think, oh, that means I'm Krishna, I also have the power of Krishna. So we can talk like this. All right. So now say, like, for instance, since we are a drop, what is the disadvantage that we have? All right. The disadvantage that we have, we can easily I hope my spelling is correct. We can get easily evaporated. You know, evaporated means, that means we put in the sun for a while, disappear. The water gets sucked by the sun, evaporated. You understand that?
Yeah.
So that means, sorry. All right. That's not the, okay. Sorry, man. All right. So that means the drop is easily evaporated. I hope my spelling is correct. So that means the drop can be easily evaporated, but ocean can never get dried up. The ocean can never dry. You got it?
Yes.
So that means what we understand from here. That means since I am part of Krishna, but I'm so minute. So that means I have another element like this material element, right? This material element, what? Right. I have this thing called, I could use brown color. I have this thing called the material element that controls me. Even though I am part of Krishna, but I am under the spell of this thing called the material elements, or we also can call as Maya, or we also can call as external energy of the Lord, right? So that means I have this thing called, okay. So that means I am under the material element, Maya, under the external energy of the Lord. Okay. So like people who say, I am God, because the Veda says that you are God and everything. But we must understand, I am God, but as a drop. And that drop of water, I just take one drop of water and I just put it in the sun for a while, or I just need to do like this. It can evaporate it. The drop will disappear. But the entire ocean, even how terrible sun, the ocean never get dry. Have you heard ocean get dry up? No, right? The ocean is still ocean, vast, deep, depth. But I, as a drop, can easily evaporate it. So in other words, Krishna and I are Satchit Ananda Vigraha. That means Krishna is there, I also have there. We got the same quality. But our quantity is so small, whereby the material element or external energy of Krishna can sink you inside. That you can disappear in this material element. You got it?
You mean we have been trapped in the...
Yes. You understand better?
Yeah.
That's why we need to have a spiritual master to come and revive our original position, so that we understand that I am not an ordinary kind of people, right? I am not an ordinary people, and I am part of Krishna. to make your relationship back to Krishna. So that means once you realize that you are part of Krishna, that means, but you don't think you are a Krishna, but you think that you are a part of Krishna. I am part and parcel of the sun, particle of Krishna. So I start to serve Krishna so that I can achieve my what? I can achieve my natural position, so that I can go into my natural constitutional position. When we start to remember our lost relationship with Krishna. All right. Just being a drop of seawater outside the ocean, that seawater it's not going to be very heavy. But once the seawater backs to the ocean, it becomes to its natural constitution. You understand, Mataji?
Very good. This example clear.
Huh?
Very good. Very clear.
Okay. Clear. Very good. So this is the thing that we should understand. Achintya. So what is tattva we call? This. What's happening? Right. So this tattva, what we call this tattva? We call this tattva as Achintya. Achintya Veda. Okay, because I don't know how to put the thing. Then Abeda Tattva. This is what they call Achintya. Yes, we will. Achintya Veda Abeda Tattva. This is the tattva that we are all, as a Gaudiya Vaishnava, we practice this. Yes, we will.
So there's a one type of liberation, Sarupya. Sarupya is normally all the Vishnu Sutas having it. They have the physical appearance same as like Vishnu, but in the quality they look like, but in the quantity they are different. The one type of liberation. Am I right? The Sarupya.
You're talking about Svarupya Moksha.
Yeah, Sarupya Moksha.
Svarupya, Svarupya, is it?
Svarupya.
Svarupya. Okay.
Svarupya.
All right. The Svarupya Moksha means what? The Svarupya Moksha means, so that means, say, like, for instance, if you get qualified to go to Vaikuntha-loka, you go to Vaikuntha-loka, you will start to have the form like Vishnu. They're called Svarupya Moksha. So just stop. All right. Wait, let me see. Okay. So that means, in other words, when we talk about Svarupya Moksha means, okay, example, when we are going to pass through all these material elements, then we go to the place of Kala Bhairava. All right, we are breaking the Kala, the time factor, then we break, we go into this, we go to this Viraja river, then we take a bath. So once we take a bath in Viraja river, we come out, we will start to have the form of Vishnu. That means we will have hands, 4 hands, with all the blue color. We look exactly like Vishnu. That's called Svarupya Moksha. Okay. So when we have the Svarupya Moksha, we cannot be understood as Vishnu himself. You know why? We also have the same look like the king. The king of the country, like Malaysia, Sultan Ibrahim, he also got the same feature like us human being. He also a human being. I am also a human being. But he is a greater human being. That's why he's a king. And I am an ordinary citizen. You got it? So even though I got the same look like the king, I cannot be called as a king. So once we go to Vaikuntha-loka, we will go into that body of how the Vaikuntha-vasi lives, that natural self. But that supreme personality in Lord Narayana is still maintained as the supremacy of the Lord, Supreme Lord. And even though I have got the body of the look like Narayana, but I cannot go and claim myself I'm Narayana. You understand, Vivan?
Understand, bro. Understand.
Thank you for asking all these wonderful questions. All right, everyone, do you get what I'm saying? Let me see thumbs up. Wow. Okay. So since Rusan Mataji understand, I assume everyone understands. All right, she's my yardstick. Okay, great. Please respond. That's when I feel excited, when you all are responding. All right, now, so now clearly see the truth in oneness and difference. Now we understand what does it mean to be oneness and difference. So if we use material consideration to understand this, it becomes theoretical. So when we want to use material element, it's just going to be a theory. When one achieves knowledge of these 7 realities, true self-realization by the strength of Amnaya, right? When one achieves knowledge of these 7 realities, okay, true self-realization by understanding self-realization by the strength of Amnaya. Amnaya means what? The purport, the commentary, right? This thing, and it may be said that one of his Sambandha Jnana, or the knowledge of one's relationship with, okay, then it said that one has Sambandha Jnana. That means that's when it understood that you have that knowledge of the relationship of the Lord. Sambandha Jnana. Sambandha means relationship. Jnana means knowledge. Jnana. Sambandha Jnana. All right. That means we start to understand. Now you start to understand your relationship with the Lord. So all this is not to be understood theoretically. It has to be understood by practice. That's why again I'm telling you, chant Hare Krishna. You can experience all these things. In reply to Srila Sanatan Goswami question, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoken on the science of one's relationship. Right? Who spoke? In reply, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu elaborately spoken. That means he spoke very widely on the science of one's relationship with the Lord as given in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya, chapter Madhya Lila, chapter 20, text 102. Ke omi kene omoyo jore ta patroi ehono hi joni kemone hi tohoi. Who am I? Ke ami. Ke ami means who am I? Right? Why do threefold misery always give me trouble? Kene amaya jare tapatraya. Why this threefold misery always give me trouble? If I do not know this, how can I be benefited? Those person wants the greatest, those who want the greatest benefit in the form of achieving devotion to Krishna should ask all these questions to who? To their spiritual master. So this is the question that we should put forward to our spiritual master. But of course, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, everything is documented in the thing. So that means we should ask all these questions to the spiritual master. All right? Who am I? So that's the question that always we like to trigger. When we go and see people, we say, do you know who are you? Yes, I'm a human being. No, you're beyond that. Beyond what? You're beyond what you think you are. You're beyond all this entire creation. You're beyond all the... What is it? Now take the Bhagavad Gita and read yourself. That's one way we used to do preaching. Okay, you want to do that? That's the real science of self-realization. All right? And again, then why do threefold misery always give me trouble? All right? Why? What they call, what klesha? What is that thing? Adi Daivik, Adi Bautik, Adi Atmik. 3 kind of klesha. 3 kind of suffering. What is the suffering? Number 1, through the fellow human being and the viruses. Number 2, the nature. Number 3, our own mind. Always give us trouble. Why suffering? Right? So we should ask. That's why most of us are coming to devotional service, because we want to find out, why am I suffering? And this is the question we should ask spiritual master. Then by hearing the proper answer to this question from the mouth of one's guru, all one's doubt will be cleared and firm faith will awaken. So therefore, please try to improve yourself, okay, by chanting 16 rounds and follow the 4 regulating principles and quickly start to seek for a guru. Try to, once you're done, once you're okay, try to look for a guru, because through the guru, all this firm faith can be awakened. Do not give. Then Bhakti Vinod Thakur is now explaining. He's giving a strong warning. What he says: do not give up deliberation as useless. Don't think this kind of deliberation, this kind of consideration is useless. Don't give up. In Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, chapter 2, text 117, it says, Siddhanta Boliye Chitte No Kora Alasa Iha hoite Krishna lage sudriddha manasa. A sincere student should not neglect. A sincere student should not neglect the discussion. Neglect means alasa. Or in Malay we call alasan. Jangan bagi alasan. Siddhanta. Siddhanta means the student who understand. Siddhanta. Boleh chitte na kara alasan. Don't give alasan. Jangan bagi alasan. Don't give excuses. So do not neglect the discussion of such conclusion, considering them to be controversial. This is all controversial. Because for such discussions strengthen the mind. These kind of discussions strengthen the mind. Thus one's mind become attached to Krishna, attached to Sri Krishna. Now see, among the 10 realities, the first 8 are related to the authority and relationship with the Lord. All right, among the 10 realities, the first 8 realities are related to the authority and also the relationship with the Lord. One will receive all information from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu answer to Sanatana Goswami regarding authority. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's statement is given in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 20, text 1 to 4. What he says? Veda Sastra Kohe Sambandha Abhidaya Prayojana. Sambandha Abhidaya Prayojana. That means the Vedic literature gives information, right? So, gives information about Sambandha. That means the conditioned soul's relationship with Krishna. Abhideya, the regulated activities of the conditioned soul in reviving that relationship, right? The activities that revive the relationship of Krishna. And a third is Prayojana, the ultimate goal of life of going back to God. So, Veda Sastra Kohe. Kohe means giving information. Veda Sastra. Kohe means, there's 2 words in Bengali. Kohe means spoken. Second is giving information. All right. So this is, what is that? Sambandha, that is your relationship with Krishna. Abhideya, the activities that you should take to achieve, revive that relationship. And at last, Prayoja, the ultimate goal of going and reaching Him. So regarding the second basic truth, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 20, chapter 20, text 152, 155, 157. Krishnera Swarupa Vichara Shuna Sanatana Advaya Jnana Tattva Braje Brajendra Nandana Swayam Bhagavan Krishna Govinda Paro Namo Sarvaishvarya Purnayandra Goloka Nitya Dama. Goloka Nitya Dama. The eternal place is Goloka. Jnana Yoga Bhakti Yoga. Jnana Yoga Bhakti Tina Sade Nere Bashe Brahma Atma Bhagavan Trivida Prakashe. Oh Sanatan, please hear about the eternal form of Lord Krishna. He is the absolute truth, devoid of duality. That means there's no duality. In this world is world of duality, heat and cold, like yin and yang, happiness and distress. But Krishna is absolute truth. There's no duality. There's no second. But present, and he present in Vrindavan as how? The son of Nanda Maharaj. He is the original supreme personality of Godhead. What is the evidence in Srimad Bhagavatam? Iti Chamsa Kalapumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Sayam. Even there's a plenary portion of the plenary. I mean, a lot of forms of Vishnu are there, but Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is a Swayam Bhagavan. Krishna is the original supreme personality of Godhead. So that means, what is the verse? How Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Swayam Bhagavan Krishna. Swayam Bhagavan Krishna. And he also got the name of Govinda Paranama. That means his original name is Govinda. His original name is Govinda. Right? Govinda Paranama. And his Sarvaishvarya Purna. Sarva Aishvarya. Sarva means all. Aishvarya means opulence. Purna means complete. Purnama. Purna means complete. That means he's full of opulence. And he's full of opulence. And Purna, Sarva Aishwarya Purna, yonder Goloka. That means Goloka what? Nitya Dama. That means his eternal abode is known as Goloka Vrindavan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is mentioning. And there are 3 kinds. Jnana Yoga Bhakti. Jnana Yoga Bhakti. That means what? There are 3 kinds of spiritual process for understanding the absolute truth. The process of speculative knowledge, that is called Jnana. Right? Mystic Yoga, they call as Yoga. Right? And Bhakti is called, Bhakti Yoga is called Bhakti. The third one is Bhakti here. According to these three process, Tina Sadhanori Vashi, Brahma, Atma, Bhagavan. Okay, that means out of these three process, the absolute truth is manifested as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. That means truth is understanding of Jnana Yoga, Jnana, Yoga, and Bhakti. Tina Sadari Vashi, Brahma, Atma, Bhagavan. Three Vida Prakashe. Three types of Prakashe means manifestation. Right? So that means there's a three process. That means speculative knowledge, mystic yoga, and bhakti yoga. And through these three, the three absolute truth is manifest. That is Brahman. That means the impersonal form of the Lord. Paramatma, the Lord that lives in your heart. And Bhagavan, the Swayam Bhagavan Sri Krishna, who with 6 opulences. So regarding Krishna's energy. Now, regarding Krishna's energy, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stated in Chaitanya Charitamrita. What? Krishna's energy. Okay, Madhya Leela 20, text 20, verse 111. Krishnera Swabhaviko Tina Shakti Parinati Chit Shakti Jiva Shakti Ara Maya Shakti. Lord Krishna naturally has 3 energetic transformation. He got 3 type of energy transform. These are known as spiritual potency, right? Then is Chit Shakti, Chit CIT, Chit Shakti, the living entity potency, Jiva Shakti, that is living entity, and illusory potency we call as Maya Shakti. So Krishna is full of rasa. Okay? Okay, now this is not the thing. Now, all right. So we are going. Okay, I hope you all are following me. So now Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained that Krishna is full of rasa. That means he got full of mellows. In Madhya Leela, chapter 20, text 153. Sarva Adi, Sarva Ansi, Kishora Shekara, Chit Ananda Deha, Sarva Shraya Sarveshvara. Sarva Adi. Krishna is the original source of everything. Sarva Adi. Adi means beginning. So he is the beginning of everything. And Sarva Ansi, sum total of everything. Sarva Ansi, sum total of everything. Then Kishora Shekara appears as the supreme youth. Shekara, Kaishora. Kaishora means what? Youth. Kaishora means youth. Shekara means supremely youthful. And his whole body, Chit Ananda Deha. Chit Ananda Deha. Sat Chit. Chit means what? His whole body is composed of spiritual bliss. Chit Sakti. Chit means bliss. Right? Chit Ananda Deha. Then he is the shelter of everything. Sarva Aishraya. Okay? And after that is the master of everyone. Sarva Ishvara. Sarveshvara. Ishvara means master or controller. Sarva means everything. So it's Sarva Ishvara. He's a master of everything. All right? Yes, Vaishnava Prabhu.
Prabhu, that verse I didn't understand.
Which one?
The living potency, spiritual potency. What do you mean by living potency, Prabhu?
Living potency means Jiva, you. You are the living potency, living entity.
Oh, okay.
See the word here, Jiva Shakti. We are Jivatma, right? That means we are living potency. Or everything living. That means that Krishna got 3 potency. One is spiritual. Second is all the living entities. Number 3 is Maya.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Jiva Shakti, Maya Shakti.
Thank you.
All right. So now, the instruction Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave regarding the constitutional position. Now he gave about constitutional position. That means given in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20, text 108, 109. Jivera Shvarupa, Haya Krishnera Nityada. Jivera Shvarupa, the original form of the Jiva is what? Krishnera Nityadas, the eternal servant of Krishna. Surya Angsa Kirana, Yoiche Agni Jwala Chai. So that means the living entity's constitutional position is to be an eternal servant of Krishna. He is the eternal servant of Krishna. He is like a molecular particle in sunshine or fire. So that means Surya Angsa Kirana, Yoiche Agni Jwala Chaya. So that means Surya Angsa and Agni. That means just like how the molecule in the particle in the sun and also the fire. We are that. So that means we are part of the molecule of the sun. Shine, that means we are part of the sun. Shine, but we are only the small molecule. Or the fire, that means the spark. So regarding the conditioned entities. So regarding the conditional living entities, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives the following description. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, text 22, chapter 10, text 20, text 22, chapter 10, chapter 22, text 10, and chapter 20, text 117. What it says? He says, Say Vibinang Sajiva, Duita Prakara, Eka Nitya Mukta, Eka Nitya Sansara, Nitya Mukta. Either the first is self-liberated or self-suffering. Okay, anyway. Krishna Buli se Jiva, Anadi Bahirmukha, Ataiva Maya Tore, Deya Sansare Dukha. Dukha means suffering. All right. So the living entities or jiva are divided into two energies. Some are eternally liberated. What is that? Eternally liberated means nitya mukta. That means they are eternally liberated. And others are externally conditioned. Nitya sansara. Right? They are they are externally conditioned. So forgetting Krishna, Krishna Buli se jiva anadi bahirmukha. Forgetting Krishna, the living entity has been attracted to the external feature of the time, for the time immemorial. Because we have forget Krishna, we are attracted to the external feature since time immemorial. What is that external feature? External means what? That is me, but it's outside of me. So that means the material nature, the external nature. All right. So that means they are only attracted to this external nature for time immemorial, for so many years. Right?
Pagar hijau, tahu pagar.
Apa hijau? All right. Therefore, the illusory energy Maya gives him all kind of misery. Ateva Maya tare deya sansara dukkha. Sansara means in Malay also we call sansara. Suffering, dukkha, pain. So that means he kind of give all kind of misery in his material existence. So considering to liberated living entity, Lord Krishna says, Chaitanya says in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 22, text 11, Nitya Mukta is Nitya Krishna Charani Unmukta. Krishna Parishade Nomo Unje Seva Shuta. So that means those who are eternally liberated are always awakened to Krishna consciousness. So that means Nitya Mukta is Nitya Krishna Charani Unmukta. All right. That means they are eternally distinct and they render transcendental loving service at the feet of Lord Krishna. So Krishna Parisada. All right. Padam. Krishna Parisada. And how they are considering eternal associate of Krishna and they are eternally enjoying the transcendental bliss by serving Krishna. That means by Nama Gunje Seva Shuta. All right. They are just having close association and they are enjoying their moment with Krishna. So now regarding to the simultaneous oneness and difference. Achintya Beda Beda Tatra. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 20 text 108. Krishnera Tatasta Shakti Beda Abeda Prakash. So Krishna, the living entity is called the marginal energy, the living entity. So what is that marginal energy in Sanskrit? Called Tatasta Shakti. That means marginal energy of Krishna. Krishnera Tatasta Shakti. The living entity is the marginal energy of Krishna and manifestation of simultaneously one but different. So Beda Abeda Prakash. That means Prakash means manifesting. So looks same but is different. So when the living entity's relationship with the Lord is revived. So when the living entity's relationship with the Lord is revived, by how? By the association of Amnaya. Amnaya, that means by associating with the instruction. Right? Amnaya, we understood the instruction or the purport or the summary. Right? So because we have study all the Vedas and getting only the instruction. So now Bhaktiyaloka is called Amnaya. Right? See, like how Bhakti Vinod Thakur is quoting Chaitanya Charitamrita here and there, here and there, here and there. But if you want to read the Chaitanya Charitamrita, you have to read one by one. But here is a quotation straight to the point. So what happened in that association? So Abhideya is understood. Abhideya means what? Building relationship. It is understood. We understand how to build your relationship. So devotional service to Krishna is that Abhideya. Therefore, so devotional service to Krishna is called Abhideya. The purport is that whatever the scriptures specify as one's prime duty is called abhideya. So whenever the things talk about one's prime duty, it's also known as abhideya. In regard, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, text 22, verse 17 and 18. What he said? Krishna Bhakti hoy abhideya pradhan, Bhakti Mukha Nirikshaka Karma Yoga Nyan. E Sabha Sadanera Ati Tucha Bal, Krishna Bhakti Veena Taho Dite Narapal. Devotional service to Krishna is the chief function, right, of the living entity. So that means Krishna Bhakti Abhideya Pradhan. There are different methods for liberation for the conditioned soul. There are different methods for conditioned soul. That is true karma, jnana, yoga, and bhakti. But all are dependent on bhakti. So when we start to practice bhakti, it's considered that we have perfected all the other part of karma, jnana, yoga, all we have perfected. All right. But for devotional service, all other methods of spiritual realization are weak and insignificant. So that means if you want to perform devotional service, the method of bhakti, the method of what they call karma, jnana, yoga is very weak. You can never achieve bhakti by doing karma yoga, jnana yoga, and hatha yoga. These three kind of things can never bring you into this level unless one comes to the devotional service of the Lord Krishna. Jnana yoga cannot, jnana or hatha yoga cannot give the desired results. Okay, it's very straightforward, I believe. Now, sadhana bhakti is called abhideya. Sadhana bhakti means what? Performing devotional service. It's called abhideya. Right? So now the sadhana bhakti is divided into two, but now it's time as already 11 o'clock because sadhana bhakti is another big elaborate topic. Right? This is the thing that we're going to speak. Anya vilasita shunyam, jnana karma di anavritam, anukuliyena krishnanu, shilanam bhakti uttamam. We can speak the whole 2 hours on these verses alone. So I don't want to rush. So I think by tomorrow we can finish. Then we can start the next one called Dairya, patience. All right. So with this, I hope that you all have learned something new today. Thank you very much for such a wonderful time discussing all these things. So we open to questions. Yes, Vivan.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, I want to ask you, Prabhu, let's say, Prabhu, we are all self-realized soul once upon a time. Before we fall down to the material existence, we are all self-realized souls. And due to the false ego, we wanted to enjoy part of Krishna, we fall down. Previously, we got many defects of human defects, right? One is the being a cheating propensity, tendency to make mistakes. The other one is one of the human propensity. Is it related to this human propensity, or we as a Nitya Baddha? These four defects comes to with the Nitya Baddha. That's why we are pulled on directly from the spiritual sky.
The spiritual sky, we fall down because we want to enjoy. We became, because we want to become Purusha. Purusha means enjoyer, right? It is just a little desire that we had. We want to become a Purusha. All right. It's not, Nitya Baddha started when you become conditioned in this material world. Once you fall, example, you are a prince, right? You still have the princely attitude. But you become a common person when you start to go to the common people and start to act like a commoner. All right. So once you become a common man, you start to live like them, you work like them. So you have you no longer have that princely attitude. That's when you become a common man. So once we fall into this material world and we become getting condition of enjoying further and further and further, and that's when we are become Nitya Baddha. All right. But the reason that we fell from the spiritual world is because we want to become Purusha. Purusha means enjoyer. All right. Just when we see Krishna every day enjoying himself, we just say, how nice if I also can enjoy like him. Right? How nice if I can enjoy. So the real enjoyment is what? So what enjoyment, Purusha, what enjoyment that we all fall down? What is our natural Nitya Baddha character? Naturally, what is the Nitya Baddha character? Lust. right? The naturally, right? When you look at like animal kingdom, look at all the things everywhere, even like Shah Jahan killed his own brother because lust over the sister-in-law. So like that, it's all basically from the lust, right? So therefore, Krishna created an environment that you can go in and you can have varieties way of lusty expression in 8.4 million species of life. And then we become drowned in this lusty environment. Just like how, what do you call, Ajamila, after he saw the prostitute, he got caught by the prostitute. So he became like so much into that prostitute until he forgot his constitutional position, until he saw Yamadutta and Vishnu Dutta. That's when he remembered his past. Until then, he was in a highly activated sex mode. So similarly, we are all here because we had that little desire to become Purusha. Purusha means enjoyer. That's why we husband, we call Purusha, the enjoyer. Right? So, and then that's why we fall. Okay, now, we may ask, why is that so? Okay, just like what happened, like Jai Vijay in that Bhaktiyaloka, they were the gatekeeper of Vaikuntha. But they had the desire in their heart. How nice if I can wrestle with Krishna, with Narayana. I just feel like wrestling with Narayana because they are all Kshatriyas. Huh? They just deep in their heart, they just felt, how nice, huh? If I can wrestle with Narayana. And what happened? Lord Narayana approved their desire. That's when the 4 Kumaras came and cursed them. And after they get cursed, they get scared. They said, okay, now the 4 Kumaras offered them, okay, they gave them offer. 3 birth as Asura or 7 birth as Bhakta. They said 7 birth as Bhakta is a long time. I take 3 birth as Asura. So that's when they came, Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, and all these things they came, right? So they came just to wrestle with Krishna, just to fight. Right? So once they are here, then after that they go back to their original position. But after that means there's no security guard, they're still there. Jai Vijay is eternally available there. But their desire, they just come here and enjoy. So similarly, we have our own constitutional position, our original position kept in Goloka Vrindavan. That's why we are attracted to Gaudiya Vaishnava. If you are the Vaikuntha Vasi, you might be attracted to other Sampradaya that speaks about Vaikuntha Sampradaya, that talk about Vaikuntha Moksha. So the reason that we fall is not because of Nitya Bhakta, is because our own desire, when we see Krishna having Rasa Leela, we feel how nice if I can be like Krishna. So sometimes that's why we fall here, and that's why naturally we have also the tendency that I am God, because that's what the reason that we fell down. But with trillions of birth of all this experience, right? So once we go back home, we will never return again to this place anymore, because we will never make that mistake anymore. Have I answered you? We will.
Okay, bro. Okay.
Are you happy with the answer?
Happy, bro.
Sure.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Nah, Prabhu.
The expression still sounds doubtful.
No, Prabhu. Just okay. Since we are self-realized souls in the spiritual kingdom, and then we know.
Again, say it again.
Okay. Since we are self-realized souls.
Okay.
Since we are self-realized souls, so how come we have the tendency to think ourselves as a Purusha?
Because this is all part of Krishna's Leela. Because he wanted to create external energy, and he wanted some people, and those people who are like strong soul and this thing, so they created that environment, and actually we are put into this so that Krishna can have his pastime in his external energy.
Okay, Prabhu. Okay, understand.
Even when you look at this, what is the Rishi here? The one who fell for Ramba. What is the Rishi's name?
Vishwamitra.
Vishwamitra, right?
Yes, Vishwamitra.
Even Vishwamitra achieved the highest perfection as Raja Rishi. But still, he fell to the spell of Ramba. So, is there mean he has somewhere deep in their heart a little lust?
Menaka, Prabhu.
Menaga. So, that means, does he have a little lust in his heart? What do you think? Do you understand my question?
Right.
Everyone understand my question? Huh?
Understand.
So, since Vishwamitra fell to Menaga, does that mean Vishwamitra has lust in his heart? That he got attracted to Menaga? Vivan, what do you think? Do you understand my question?
Understand, Prabhu. Understand.
So, what do you think? Do you think Vishwamitra had lust? Because of that, he fell to Menaga?
He used to create in such a way so that he can create a pastime of.
Exactly. Exactly. If Vishwamitra had lust, he cannot become Rajarishi. Alright? He can, first of all, he can never become a Rajarishi because if Rishi means that means you are fully under control. And yet he fell to Menaga. Why? If he had lust, he can never become that. But this is the thing triggered for that pastime. But how we fell into this material world, there's lots of other explanation, and there's a lot of acharyas have spoken to many things, right? Because as we understand that we are all individual soul, but commonly we all fell. The common understanding is we all fell because of want to become Purusha. We had that lust. All right, that's a common understanding. But in detail, in depth, we had so many other understanding. There's so many, commentaries, because I start to remember there's so many commentaries why we fell down into this material world. It's all that. You know, there's another commentary I heard that we have kept our original form in Goloka and we are here doing our pastime. Are you there, Vivan?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes. Understand.
Means we have our original form kept in Vrindavan. We are here doing our pastime. Then after that, we go back, we take our original form. That means, in other words, we are in dream world. That means we are sitting in Vrindavan, but we are dreaming. We all are dreaming. There's another commentary. Like that, there's so many commentaries. So once we get liberated, we go there, we take back our original form and back to pastime. That's why we have our Swarupa. And the Swarupa only can be revived by our spiritual master. The spiritual master can tell, what is your original form in Goloka Vrindavan? Until then, we cannot speculate. We cannot say, I'm one of the Manjari. I'm, like what happened in Vrindavan in those days. So like some group, they start to realize, actually, I'm a gopi. So all the men will start to wear sari and start to do Rasa Lila dance. Have you heard about it? Vaishnava Prabhu, have you heard about it?
Yeah.
They call themselves as one kind of group. All imagine the man with beard and everything will wear the sari and start to dance like gopi. See, why are you doing this? Do you know that I am the gopi in Vrindavan? So these kind of things are there. That's why we need to follow Guru, Sadhu, Sastra.
But if you say there are so many conclusions, so many arguments, that means we are not sure, Prabhu.
That's why we need to get from Amanaya. Amanaya, what it says, what we have studied the Amanaya? By who am I? K Ami. Why am I here? You should ask that question to who, Prabhu?
Yeah, they'll cut you off very quickly, Prabhu.
No, you should ask that question to who now?
I'm asking you, Prabhu.
No, just now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, K Ami, who am I?
Yeah.
Am I suffering? You should ask this question to someone. And who's that person we should ask?
Spiritual master.
Exactly. Because only spiritual master can reveal that secret to you. You understand, Guru? Only the spiritual master can reveal your Swarupa, your original form to you.
Yeah,
Because-
Prabhu, there's a daily ultimate realization from what Sankarshan Adhikari.
Mhm.
It's the same thing. He'll give the conclusion just like you, Prabhu.
Who, Prabhu?
Sankarshan Adhikari.
Sankarshan Adhikari, who is he?
He's what do you call initiating guru, Prabhu.
Sankarshan Adhikari.
Yeah.
Oh.
Every day he'll give a commentary on in the internet, Prabhu.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prabhu, that's the thing. See, first the guru speaking to their disciple and guru giving a common discourses is two different. That's why you must have a personal guru.
Yeah, this is all the disciples asking him the question. Every day, a lot of disciples ask the question. Prabhu. I think he's not answering, only his associates are answering. Prabhu.
That's the thing, because these answers are personalized answers. They cannot give you a common answer. The common answer is the common answer is we are all here because we want to become Purusha. All right. And of course, the thing that we have our deha, our original form still lying in Goloka. We are here, we are in the dreaming world. So once we realize our constitutional position, then we realize, wait, let's come out from the dream. All right, because this place is full of illusion, everything is Maya, and everything looks so real. Like sometimes, in dream, we can dream that we are chased by the tiger, and we really can have the real feeling of fear, but actually it's nothing. So like that, we are here, stuck here. So that's why the spiritual master all come and tell you, that's why Krishna sent his representative. He put you here and he sent the representative. Now, learn from him. Right? And once that's when you start to understand what they call Nitya Deha. Nitya Deha means your Swarupa Deha. The Swarupa Deha, I think we have read that in our Nectar of Instruction, I think. No. I read that in this book called Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Bindu. Yes, in different book. All right, in the different book. All right, maybe that we can discuss in private forum. All right, not on an open forum. So, in that book, it says the spiritual master can define, can inform your original Swarupa. like this, what do you call? What is the Prabhu's name? Aindra Prabhu. All right, Aindra Prabhu. Aindra Prabhu had a dream. Prabhupada came and told that actually you are what? He is one of the Manjari. That's why he could live like a Babaji and never left Vrindavan, and he was doing 24 hours kirtan. Why he could do that? Can I imitate? I can't. Because when Prabhupada revealed that his Swarupa, that means his original form. So one day someone came and asked him, you're surrounded with so many pretty girls. You're not attracted to them? He said, who say? I'm more prettier than them. And people are thinking, what's wrong with this guy? What do you mean you are more prettier than the girls? That's when he started to explain to some of his confidential associates. I had a dream. Prabhupada came and informed my original form. So therefore, after Aindra Prabhu passed away and left his body, I went back home, back to Godhead. That's when his personal associate, his confidential associate, start to reveal about him. All right. What is our constitution, or what is our Srila Prabhupada's Swarupa Siddha? Anyone of you know? Our Prabhupada's Swarupa Siddhi. Do anyone, Prabhu, do you know? Vishnu Prabhu? Are you all there?
You asking me, Prabhu?
Yes.
No, I don't know. Prabhu.
He only revealed that to Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. Gaur Govinda Swami.
Oh.
He only revealed his confidential. Is around 1977. He stayed with Gaur Govinda Maharaj for 3 months or something like that. 1 month or 3 weeks, I think, if I'm mistaken. And he was there. He's having a personal, confidential discussion. He only revealed himself to Gaur Govinda Maharaj. But Gaur Govinda Maharaj said, he told me not to reveal. But when I will inform when the time comes. But by the time, Gaur Govinda Maharaj also went back home, back to Godhead. So only our Srila Prabhupada Swarupa Siddhi remain mystery. No one knows. Because we understand that all of our parampara, it is all Manjari parampara. Like my spiritual master, Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj, His Holiness, Pujapat. So Prabhupada mentioned went and told that to that politician because he wants him to get that Indian citizenship. Because Jayapataka Maharaj wants to give up American citizen, become an Indian citizen. And they said, what? We Indians want to run to America, become American citizen, but you want to come to India and become Indian citizen? You want to give up India? What is it? Then Prabhupada says, no. He is a personal associate of Lord Chaitanya. That is Swarupa Siddhi. Prabhupada mentioned that. He is the personal associate of Lord Chaitanya. In the future, he's going to take up Bengali and he's going to initiate thousands of Bengali devotees. That's why today, Jayapataka Guru Maharaj only stays in his headquarters is in Mayapur. He have mastered Bengali language, and he have initiated more than 10-20,000 Bengali devotees, disciples. So like that. Why? Because that is natural. So like that, all has to be revealed by the spiritual master. So if you go on chanting your rounds and everything, some or other you also can have some kind of sense. You can have something, some kind of awareness or realization. So anyway, no rush or not important to know our Swarupa Siddhi. But we understand our Swarupa Siddhi is eternal servant of Krishna. We realize that, but in which way we're going to serve him, let it be a surprise. Let it be a surprise. But our main aim is not to find out what am I going to do in Goloka Vrindavan. My first duty is, how can I go back to Goloka Vrindavan? Go there, then we talk. Then we can negotiate with Krishna. Krishna, I'll do this for you. But until then, our main goal is to go there. Just like you're going overseas. Like once I went to Singapore to work, once. So my main aim is to go to Singapore first. Then go there and look for a job. Not look for a job and go to Singapore. So something like that. All right? Oh God, it's already 11:25. This conversation is so nectarian. We can go on talking. Now, Vivan, are you there? I think Vivan is driving.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Sorry, Prabhu. I cannot.
Do you realize how nectarian is Chaitanya Charitamrita?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes. Very, very.
I used to tell you Chaitanya Charitamrita is the topmost. It's so nectarian, right?
Yes.
Yes. If you really appreciate Chaitanya Charitamrita, you will have amazing feeling. All right. So anyway, today is Mahashivaratri. On these days, will be an auspicious day that we all are sitting and discussing the Krishna Katha, because Lord Shiva will be very pleased for those who speak about Krishna and to perform devotional service the way that we think. So the Lord Shiva that we are worshipping is not that material Shiva, not Rudra, not Shiva, but we are worshipping Sadasiva in the form of Gopishvara, the gatekeeper of Vrindavan. Right? So may Lord Krishna, may Lord Shiva, Gopishvara, Lord Shiva, and Lord Sadasiva, the original form. The one and only original form of Sadasiva is only available in Vrindavan. That is Gopishvara, who stays in Goloka Vrindavan. May that Lord Shiva, the supreme Vaishnava, bless upon all of us the Prema Bhakti unto the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. Lotus feet of Krishna, and also we pray to him that we get a boon or benediction to become the maid servant of Srimati Radharani. That is the ultimate goal of life. May we all beg, my dear Lord Shiva, Sadasiva, Gopishvara, please grant upon us the mercy and remove all obstacle in our spiritual life. We understand in this material world is a place that we are all disturbed in so many ways. When we want to attempt something, there's so many challenges are coming in our path. Some or other we get stray away. Therefore, we worship at your lotus feet. Please grant protection upon us, protect our bhakti, and give us more and more nectarian bhakti, and give us more and more understanding in the subject of this Prema Bhakti. Therefore, that we can dive deep into the mysterious loving affair of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. My dear Lord Shiva, it is possible by your causeless mercy. You are known as Ashutosh Bhagavan, the one who easily gives boon, the one and only boon. All of us here are seeking from you the boon of Prema Bhakti. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gaura Premanante. Hari Hari Bol. Till we meet again tomorrow. Have a beautiful day. Hare Krishna.